What motivates you? It sounds like a simple question, but in reality, it's one of the trickiest traps in an interview. Why? Because most candidates answer it with vague, overused cliches. Phrases like, "I'm motivated by challenges," or "I love learning new things." Yes, these may be true, but they don't stand out. They don't make you memorable. And they certainly don't tell the interviewer how you'll add value. In this chapter, we'll explore how to answer this question in a way that's clear, structured, and deeply personal, without being robotic. We'll dive into the psychology behind the question. We'll break down the STAR method to build powerful stories. And finally, we'll walk through 6 detailed examples, 3 for freshers and 3 for experienced professionals. So, let's begin. Why do interviewers ask, "What motivates you?" Take a pause here and reflect. Why would someone ask this question in a job interview? It's not just small talk, it's a deep insight into your work ethic, your personality, and your alignment with the company's values. The interviewer wants to know, what drives you when no one is watching? Are you self-motivated or dependent on external rewards? Will you stay engaged in this role 6 months down the line? And most importantly, will your motivations help the company succeed? Now here's the secret. To answer this question well, you don't just need to tell them what motivates you. You need to show them with a real story. And that's where the STAR method comes in. Using the STAR method to structure your answer. STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. Think of it as a mini case study about your life. When someone asks you what motivates you, don't just throw out adjectives. Walk them through a story that proves your motivation in action. Let's see how this works with examples. Part 1. Examples for freshers. Example 1. Motivation through problem solving. Situation. During my final semester in college, we had a group project in our AI course. Task. We had to build a machine learning model that could predict student performance based on historical data. Most teams picked standard libraries and followed textbook methods. Action. I went a step further. I spent evenings reading research papers and experimenting with different data cleaning techniques and ensemble models. I even took the initiative to lead weekly mini-sprints to ensure progress. Result. Our model ended up outperforming the benchmark by 15%. The professor even asked to use our approach as a teaching case in the next batch. That experience showed me how motivated I feel when I'm solving complex problems, especially when I can see the real-world impact. Example 2. Motivation from teaching and uplifting others. Situation. As a volunteer during our college's placement training program. Task. I was asked to help underperforming students prepare for their aptitude tests. Action. I created a simple WhatsApp-based quiz group and began posting 1 question a day with hints and explanations. I kept track of everyone's responses, motivated them with personalized feedback, and even stayed late to offer extra sessions. Result. More than 60% of the students I worked with ended up clearing the tests, including many who were previously failing. That made me realize I'm deeply motivated when I can uplift others and contribute to their growth. Example 3. Motivation from continuous learning. Situation. In my second year of engineering, I realized I was interested in app development, but our college curriculum didn't cover it deeply. Task. I wanted to develop a basic Android app from scratch, even though I had no prior experience. Action. I started learning through online platforms during weekends. I failed several times. Builds wouldn't run, or the UI would break. But I kept going, and slowly, I began to understand how each part of the app worked. Eventually, I even published a simple to-do list app on the Play Store. Result. It didn't get thousands of downloads, but the sense of achievement and growth I felt was priceless. Since then, I've realized I'm constantly driven by curiosity and the desire to build things from scratch. Part 2. Examples for experienced professionals. Example 1. Motivation from driving results under pressure. Situation. In my previous role as a project coordinator in a fintech company, our team was given a last-minute request by a high-value client. Task. We had to deliver a new reporting dashboard within 5 working days, something that would normally take 3 weeks. Action. I sat down with both the tech and business teams, identified core features we could prioritize, and drafted a sprint-like execution model. I also took on some front-end work myself to speed up the process. Result. We launched the dashboard in just 4 days. The client was impressed, and the contract was extended by another year. This made me realize I'm most motivated when I'm solving high-stakes problems with tight deadlines. The pressure doesn't drain me, it sharpens me. Example 2. Motivation from building high-performing teams. Situation. As a team lead in a SaaS company, I noticed that our junior developers were struggling with code quality and delivery timelines. Task. I wanted to create an environment that encouraged learning while improving productivity. Action. I introduced a weekly code review clinic, paired juniors with mentors, and celebrated small wins during team meetings. Instead of pushing harder, I focused on enabling better collaboration. Result. Within 2 months, sprint velocity improved by 30%, and junior devs started proposing their own initiatives. Seeing others grow because of the systems I helped build, that's what truly motivates me as a leader. Example 3. Motivation from creating scalable solutions. Situation. In one of my roles as a back-end developer, I was maintaining a legacy reporting system that required hours of manual data cleanup every week. Task. Though not assigned, I wanted to find a better way. Action. On weekends, I experimented with automating parts of the process using Python and shell scripts. Eventually, I built a reusable ETL pipeline that cleaned and transformed the data in under 10 minutes. Result. It saved the team over 20 hours a month and became a standard template across 2 other departments. I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because inefficiency bothers me. I'm motivated by finding smart, scalable solutions to recurring problems. Final tips for crafting your own answer. Here are a few things to remember as you craft your own motivation story. 1. Make it personal. Generic answers feel safe, but they're forgettable. Your story should reflect something real from your experience. 2. Avoid listing too many motivators. Stick to 1 or 2 that connect clearly to the job you're applying for. 3. Connect it to value. End your story by showing how your motivation helps the team, the client, or the company. 4. Stay positive. Even if your motivation came from a tough situation, frame it as growth, not grievance. Conclusion. To wrap it up, when asked, what motivates you? Don't default to buzzwords. Instead, demonstrate your motivation through a story. Let the interviewer see your values in action. Use the STAR method. Be specific. Be real. And most importantly, connect your inner drive to the company's goals. That's how you move from being a good candidate to a compelling one. Let your story speak louder than your adjectives, and you'll leave the interview not just heard, but remembered. If you found this video valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and set the bell icon to all for notifications. Feel free to leave a respectful comment. Vulgar or inappropriate comments will be blocked. See you in the next video.